So the next class in the compiler design is in unit number 4. So in the continuation of the preceding lecture, just I am considering about the optimization. So far we have already discussed regarding the classification of the optimization and what are the different techniques we will use. Now we will consider what is the principal sources of the optimization. So what is this? A transformation of a program is called local if it can be performed by looking only at the statements in a basic block. So whenever we have any program, okay, then we divide that program into number of basic blocks. In short, it is called the BB, BB1, BB2, BB3, and so on. So we divide our program into number of basic blocks, okay, so that we can do the optimization easily as well as we can debug our programs, okay. So many transformation can be performed at both local and global levels. So there is a local level, another is called the global level, and the hybrid of this is called the local and global level. Okay, if we are applying the optimization at the local level or global level, okay, or we can apply at both levels. So first we divide our program into number of basic blocks, and after that, whenever we are going to write our program, then we see that there are local variables and there is also the global variables. So we defined some variables above the main function in, and also inside after the main function. Means we define some variables above the basic blocks, okay, or we can say outside the basic blocks, and there are some variables which we used or define inside the basic blocks, okay. So if we are doing the optimization outside the basic blocks, then we can say the global optimization or the global at global level, okay. And if we are doing the optimization, applying the optimization inside the basic blocks, then we can say the optimization at local level, okay. So we will use the optimization at both levels. Now the function preserving the transformations. So how we will apply the different types of transformation to get the optimization. Number first, we will check whether there is a redundancy in the program. How can we check the redundancy in the program? Just we will see towards the involvement of the common sub expression elimination. Okay, if there are some expressions or we can say sub expressions which are using in the program, okay, or used by the programmer again and again, then those sub expressions are called the common sub expressions, and there is a need arise to eliminate those common sub expressions, okay, so that we can improve our program without changing the function it computes, okay. So we are not going to change the output of our program, or we are not going to change the functions, but how the compiler will improve the program, then the compiler will remove the common sub expression, okay. Copy propagation, if there is a copy propagation, then it also eliminates that. If the programmer use the dead code, then the compiler also eliminates those dead code, okay. So there is also the constant folding in some examples, okay, during writing the programs, then the compiler also removes that, So ultimately, after removing the common sub expressions, copy propagation, that code elimination, okay, then if we will use such type of transformation, then ultimately we can say that there is a improvement in the program. Okay, so there is a improvement in the speed of the compiler. So that's why we apply the optimization at local level and at global level. Okay, so these are the few transformations which the uh, compiler apply. Okay, for the elimination of such type of transformation, and ultimately there is an enhancement of improvement in the speed of the program. Okay, even though we will get the same output. Now we can see in a program, whenever we are going to write a program, will include several calculation of the same value. Sometimes you are going to write a program, then there are several calculations uh, which we are involving during writing the program again and again. Okay, so mm, we first remove those calculations, or we must remove the redundancy in the program. Okay, so ultimately we will improve the speed of the program. Okay, speed of the compiler. Now how we will remove the common sub expressions, or how we will eliminate the common sub expressions. Now first we will concentrate over the what type of the common sub expression. We are going to write any expression, suppose E, okay, is called a common sub expression if E was previously computed. Okay, suppose we are going to calculate the value of E, and in that expression there is a involvement of sub expressions for which we have already computed the value. Okay, it means in a expression we are using few sub expressions, and out of them there is a one or two sub expressions which are repeating again and again. Okay, then first we will change that, first we will remove that, so that the compiler didn't go to compute those expressions values again and again. Okay, if uh, the compiler has already computed that value, so the compiler must remove those sub expressions. Okay, now we can see in this, consider just the one of the example here. T1 is equal to 4 star I, T2 is equal to 81. Here just we are going to assign a temporary variable. Now you can see here T1, T3 is equal to 4 star J, okay, T4 is equal to 4 star I, T5 is equal to N, T6 is equal to B, T4 plus T5. So the above code can be optimized using the common sub expression elimination. Now, how will we write this so that the common sub expression will eliminate? Okay, now we can see here T1 is equal to 4 star I, and again here we are using T4 is equal to 4 star I. Okay, so there is a repetition again. So suppose we have a long expression in which 4 star I is repeating two times. Okay, so here we are assigning this value to a temporary variable 1, and in the same expression again 4 star I is coming, then again we are assigning to P4. Okay, even though both sub expressions are common or same. Okay, so first we will eliminate such type of common sub expression. Okay, you have already know, you have already seen. Suppose you are going to write a expression x is equal to 4 star I plus we can write uh, b minus c, okay, plus again 4 star I into c minus d, like that. Okay, expression. So in which we can see that 4 star I is common. Okay, so ultimately there is no need to choose a new variable for that to assigning the repetitive, we can say the sub expression, okay, to a new temporary variable. So ultimately we will avoid such type of sub expression. Okay. Now you can see here T1 is equal to 4 star I, T2 is equal to A T1, T3 is equal to 4 star J. Okay. Now you can see here up to T3 you are going to write 4 star J, but here T4 is equal to 4 star I. Okay. We are going to remove that because there is a redundancy in the program, because we are using again and again the same expression. Okay. So T5 is equal to N, T6 is equal to rest we will write here. Okay. But there is a repetition in its expression. So we will remove that T4, 4 star I, because this is called the common sub expression elimination. Now you can see that if we will remove that, then the memory requirement will ultimately reduce. Okay, of course it will reduce, and so that the speed of the compiler will enhance. Okay, will be increased. Now another is called the copy propagation. Suppose we are going to assign the same value to a particular variable, and we are using that we are assigning the same value to another variable again and again. Okay, so no need to do that type of work. Okay, now we can see in an example assignment. This is the expression f colon is equal to g, called a copy statement. Just you are going to assign a particular value to another variable, or this is in short it is also called the copy. Okay, so this is called the copy propagation. Propagation means just you are creating the same thing again and again and assigning to another new variable. The same thing you are going to assign the same value to another variable, then such type of activity is called the copy propagation. The idea behind this copy propagation transformation is to use G for F whenever possible after the copy statement. Now we can see in an example, suppose you are going to assign this value to this variable, and again you are going to write x colon is equal to f. Okay, and it means you are going to assign the same thing to another variable, so no need to do that type of work. Okay, ultimately no need to assign or copying the statement to a new temporary variable. Now we can see here in this example x is equal to pi. Okay, this is pi, you know the value of that, and here you are going to write a is equal to x r into r. Okay, x r into r, here you are just defining here pi, and you are considering assigning to x, and again you are writing here. So no need to do this type of work. Pi you are going to assign, it is a constant, and you already know pi pie. You can define that as a global variable if possible. Okay, and you can no need to assign this value. Why there is a need to copy this pi to x, and again you are going to write the formula here. So such type of mistakes will be done by the programmer such time. Suppose he is a new learner. Okay, then during writing the program at the starting state or the initial state, he will do such type of activities. So due to that, the burden on the compiler will increase. Okay, so sort of optimization will be done by the compiler. So in that case, first the compiler will go through such type of statements, and then first remove the redundancy from the program, eliminate such type of statements, and ultimately it will optimize the program. Okay, so here you can see after optimization, the optimization using copy propagation can be done as follows: a is equal to pi into r into r. Okay, now you can see, you can write directly, no need to just you can define globally here as a global variable pi. Okay, constant pi is equal to 3.1414, like that. Okay, but no need to write here like this x is equal to pi. Just you are going to assign this value to this, and again here you are going to mention this x into the formula. Okay, so no need to increase the burden over the compiler. Okay, so the compiler will use the optimization technique. So again, the compiler will reduce the statement like this: a is equal to pi star r is to r into r. Okay, here the variable x is eliminated. Now no need to define that such type of variable. Okay, so this is called the copy propagation. Just you are avoiding this. Okay, the compiler is avoiding this using the optimization technique. So commons of expression elimination and copy propagation. Just you can see here there is an enhancement in the speed of the compiler just by avoiding such type of statements, or we can say uh, after using the optimization techniques. Another is called the dead code elimination. So here again you are going to define a variable. Okay, a variable you have already defined and during writing the program, but you are not going to use that. Okay, you are not using ultimately throughout the program or in a particular basic block, but it is defined by you at the starting of the program or within the program. Okay, means within the basic block or above the basic block or outside the basic block. So no need to define such type of variable, because you are not going to use that throughout your program within the block or outside the block. So this is again it is called the one of the optimization technique. If you are going to the compiler will eliminate such type of dead code. Okay, that is called the dead code elimination, and this will be done by the compiler. Now just I am going to consider one of the example here. I is equal to 0. Okay. Here you can see semicolon. If I is equal to 1, again this loop will start. A is equal to B plus 5 here. Here you can see if statement is a dead code. Okay. Because this condition will never get satisfied. A is equal to B plus 5. You are going to calculate the value of the A is equal to B plus 5. Okay. Now, why there is a need? Just you are going to calculate the value of A is equal to B plus 5. There is no involvement during writing the program here. You are not defining here array or something else, because you are not going to calculate the value of AI. Okay. And equal to BI plus 5. So in that case, if you will use here array, you will define the array, then there is a role of this I is equal to 0, or if I is equal to 1, then I print the value of this. Okay, so here you are not using the array to define, because you are not going to calculate the value of A0, A1, and A2 and so on. Okay, so why there is a need of this type of loop? So this is called the dead code. Okay, so in this case, just you are going to calculate only this value, no need to define such type of things. Okay, so if there is no involvement of the counter I, so no need to define here. So this is called the dead code elimination. Okay, so the compiler will remove this type of statements and then improve the or enhance the value of the speed of the compiler. Now another thing is called the constant folding. So we can eliminate both the test and printing from the object code. Now you can see one advantage of copy propagation is that it often turns the copy statement into dead code. Okay, copy propagation you have already seen in the preceding slide. Okay, what is the copy propagation? Just you are now again you can see here copy propagation is this. Okay, here you are defining unnecessary. You are assigning this value constant value, and again you are assigning this to another variable. You are putting in the formula. No need to do such type of activity. Just write this. Okay. So this is called the again constant folding. So just there is a need arise to define globally. Okay, suppose we know that pi is a constant, so just you can write hash define if you are writing the program in the C or C++. Okay, so you can define ever the main function like hash define. Okay, and pi and equal to 3.14 like this. So that is called the global variable. Okay, and you can define such type of the constant value there. No need to assign to a particular variable, or no need to define the new variable. Okay, so this is called the constant folding. Now here you can see such type of example. A is equal to, suppose you are going to write here 3.14157. This is the value of the pi, and here you are going to write slash 2 divided by 2. Okay, so no, this is the extra calculation or extra burden over the compiler. Okay, so no need to write in this fashion. Why there is a, you are involving again slash 2? Yes, you can write here, can be replaced by a is equal to 1.570, thereby eliminating a division operation. Okay, you know properly that it occupies more memory. If you are going to involve the division operation, then it takes more time to calculate. Okay, you know the properly about the division. Okay, so division, it is better. You will use the repetitive addition instead of the division, like that. Okay, so just avoid the division operation. So in this case, you can see this is called the constant folding. Here we have the particular constant value, and no need to write here as a slash 2 like that. So directly you can write first a is equal to like that. Okay, so you are going to reduce the extra burden over the compiler. So the compiler also will uh, eliminate such type of activities, and this is called the constant folding. So it is the process of recognizing and evaluating constant expression at compile time rather than computing them at runtime. Now again we can see the another is called the used for the optimization, that is called the loop optimization. So the running time of a program may be improved. Okay, the running time of a program may be improved if we decrease the number of instruction in an inner loop. Okay, suppose you are going to use the for loop or the while loop. So during the while loop, during writing the while loop, you will apply some conditions, and within the while loop or the for loop, you will use some sort of expression, okay, for which you are going to calculate, and up to what you can say counter, you will use the counter, and you are going to calculate the value. So if there is a need and important, then you have to define that particular expression inside the loop. Otherwise, no need to define unnecessary other statements. No need to write other statements of expression inside the loop. Okay, because as the loop will evaluate or run, then the extra burden will be done by the compiler. Okay, so that first we will remove such type of expression from the loop, and we can reduce the program, or we can optimize our program and enhance the speed of the compiler just after removing such type of mistakes. So there are three techniques. One is called the code motion, another is called the induction, and reduction in strength. So there are three techniques are important for loop optimization. So such type of uh, techniques we will use during the loop optimization, and we will take care during writing our program. Okay, what we are going to write inside the loop, what we are going to define inside the loop. Okay, so first is called the code motion, another is called the induction, variable elimination, and third reduction in strength. Okay, so what is the code motion which moves code outside a loop? Okay, induction variable elimination, which we apply to replace variables from inner loop. Okay, so in this case, just we apply to replace variables from inner loop. Whatever we have already defined in the inner loop, then we will try to replace those variables, and we will eliminate those. Reduction in strength means, suppose we have already defined uh, inside a loop some sort of multiplication, then first we will remove those multiplication. We will try to remove those multiplication, and we will replace by addition. Okay, so extra calculation or extra burden must be removed over the compiler. Okay, so ultimately we can also do the loop optimization by just using these such type of three techniques. So first is the code motion. Now you can see here the example during this while I is less equal to limit minus 2 statement. Now we can see statement does not change limit. Okay, while I is less equal to limit minus 2. Now code motion will result in the equivalent t is equal to limit minus 2. Okay, here just we are going to define limit minus 2 by replacing t is equal to limit minus 2. Okay, while and again we are going to write while I less equal to t. Okay, so this is equivalent to the while I less equal to limit minus 2. Okay, statement does not change limit or t. Now both are same. Here you can see while I is less equal to limit minus 2 and here you are going to define limit minus t is equal to limit minus 2. And again you are replacing here this by t. Okay, so here you can see the statement does not change the limit. So you can here see independent of the number of times a loop is executed. A loop invariant computation and places the expression before the loop. So in this case, you can see here before the loop assume the existence of an entry for the loop. For example, evaluation of limit minus 2 is a loop invariant computation in the following while statement. So now we can see here, we can change this limit minus 2. Okay. So ultimately there is no any effect over this, but just we are going to replace this limit minus 2 by a new variable. Okay, so no need to replace this limit minus 2. No need to put here t is equal to limit minus 2. Okay, just you have already defined limit, okay, over there as a variable. Then no need to replace here t is equal to limit minus 2. Okay, so we can use uh, in this form only. So induction variable, now here you can see another, just you are going to eliminate such type of variable. We are going to define, suppose after writing the program, we are going to divide our program into number of basic blocks B1, B2, B3 and so on like that as per need of the programs. So during dividing the program into various basic blocks, just we can see there are few statements which are going to repeat again and again. Okay, so first we will check if there are some expressions which are repeating. Okay, then how we will remove those and approach to new one. Okay, so then how we are going to transfer to another part. Now here we can see as a relationship earlier we are considering the same example as we have considered at very starting. Okay, so as the relationship T4 is equal to 4 star J. In that case, at the early you have already seen the slide. So we have remove this T4 equal to 4 star J. Okay, so same example, just we are going to consider. So this surely holds after such an assignment to here T4 in figure this, and T4 is not changed elsewhere. Okay, in the inner loop around B3. It follows that just after the statement J is equal to J minus 1, the relationship T4 is equal to 4 star J must hold. Okay, we may therefore replace assignment this T4 by this by T4 is equal to T4 minus 4. Okay, so how we are going to replace this value? You can see next here in the preceding example. So here you can see this is the optimization basic block. I is equal to m minus 1, I is equal to n, T1 is equal to 4 star and B is equal to 81. Okay, here these are the basic blocks B1, B2, B3, B4, B6. Now you can see here just we are jumping from T5. If I is greater equal to J, go to B6. Okay, we will remove, go to B6, or either again we will return to B2. Now here you can see, in this case, just they are going to define here T4 is equal to 4 star J. Just they are adding this. T4 is equal to 4 star J after writing the, here you can say M minus 1 and 4 star and P is equal to 81, and just they are increasing and going to write T4 is equal to 4 star J. Okay, and now you can see the rest of the program here the same. Instead of T4 is equal to T4 minus 4. Okay, here T4 is equal to 4 star J. So just they are going to replace this value. Okay, they are going to replace this value T4 is equal to 4 star J by here T4 minus 4. Okay, now just they are going to change this value. Now in this case you can see, in case of the induction variables, so we will replace the value in the B3 and B4, and we will remove the induction variables. Okay. Now another thing, here you can see the replacement of multiplication. Okay. The replacement of multiplication by a addition will speed up the object code. So just you have already seen, we are going to remove the induction variable and we are replacing few values. Okay, so here you can see the replacement of a multiplication by a addition will speed up the object code. Okay, so sometimes we will also prefer addition over the multiplication, because the multiplication will take more time. Okay, so the compiler also ignore and try to do addition instead of the multiplication, and this will speed up the object code. So if multiplication takes more time than addition or subtraction, we can use in many machines. Okay, so ultimately we will enhance the speed of the compiler just after replacing the multiplication by addition or subtraction. Reduction in strength, another way of optimization. What is the reduction in strength? This replaces the expensive operation by equivalent cheaper ones on the target machine. So we have already discussed this case, reduction in strength. Okay, now here just we are going to replace some operators instead of some those operators to which we are providing the more priority. Okay, now you can see in this example, for example, x square is invariably cheaper to implement as x star x. Okay, then as a call to an exponentiation routine. So fixed point multiplication or division by a power of 2 is cheaper. So this is cheaper to implement, means exponentiation if we are going to do, then it is cheaper as compared to this multiplication. Okay, so floating, similarly we can say that floating point division by constant can be implemented as multiplication by a constant, which may be cheaper. Suppose we are going to do the calculation for the floating point division, then we will try to change this floating point division into the multiplication. Okay, then to implement the multiplication, it is cheaper as compared to the floating point division. Similarly, addition or subtraction is cheaper over the multiplication. Okay, so we will avoid such type of operators also, if possible. So this is one of the example in which just we are going to avoid such type of activity, and we are applying the optimization by using different techniques inside the basic blocks or outside the basic blocks. Now there are two types of basic blocks here which is used for the optimization. First is called the structure preserving transformation, and another is called the algebraic transformation. Okay, so structure preserving transformation, the primary structure preserving transformation on basic block. So first is called the common sub expression elimination, that code elimination, renaming of temporary variable, interchange of two independent adjacent statements. Okay. So we will apply a number of transformation for the optimization. Okay. So such type of things come under the category of the optimization techniques. Okay. So first is the common sub expression elimination, that code elimination, renaming of temporary variable, interchange of two independent adjacent. And beside this, you have already seen a number of optimization techniques in the preceding slides. Okay. Now here we are going to stop. Okay. Thank you.